So, customers brought this laptop into us, complaining that it's super slow, bit unresponsive at times, and it's also Windows 8. Not sure if it's 8.1 or 8, but we're going to find out. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade it to the customer supplied SSD, give it a little bit of a clean because it's a bit grimy and dusty, and see how we go, I guess. So our first step is to clone the normal old HDD drive onto the new SSD. So what we're going to do is we're going to boot it onto our magical USB sticks, Windows 10, with a few extra features that we use all the time. We are going to clone the disk to the new drive. There we go. So that's doing it. It's going to take a little while because this drive is pretty bad. I haven't run a test on this drive, but 100% it's dying. So we'll see. If the worst comes needs to, I will take the drive out of this laptop and put it into another computer and try and do it like that, because, you know, Sony and Intel Pentium as well, so it's pretty slow. I mean, I told you this thing was slow, but I wasn't expecting that slow. 3 hours. It was 6 hours, and now it's gone down to 3. I mean, this is gonna take a while. So it's actually the next day now, and it's done. I don't know how long it took. I just sort of just left it on all night because I think it took about 5.5 hours in the end. But hey, we'll see what happens next. Let's try and get this thing to boot on the SSD now. So, a bit of a jump, but I've opened it up, and as you can see, it doesn't actually look too dusty inside, which is plus. I mean, it's not the best laptop, but he's an older chap. It would do what's fine. I've put the SSD in here. I haven't put it in the mount yet because just in case it doesn't work, sometimes these things are a bit temperamental. Yes, he did have an old HDD drive, which, if this works, I'm just going to bin it because that's failing for sure. I'll put it all back together, put the battery in, hopefully it turns on, and we'll see what Windows it's running. Upside down TV. Yeah, I'm joking. It works. It boots. It actually looks like it's Windows 10 as well, which that's not what I was told, so that's a good thing. Then we get it all back together, case back on, DVD drive back in, and then we go from there. I mean, just a few screws to go in this one, nothing too crazy. These were actually quite hidden. Never known that to be like that before. Usually they're like behind this strip here, but on this one, they're behind this. As you can see, it's quite an old laptop, but we're bringing it back to life. So it's just doing some driver updates in the background, but whilst it's doing that, I'm just going to give it a little clean, get rid of some of this dust here. I'll put gloves on as well because it just makes me feel better. Got some tools of choice. I'll run you through them. Just a little cheap little pick. Got abundance of these. I think I bought about 100 because they break really easily. Your trusty toothbrush. You cannot go wrong with a toothbrush. Sounds silly, but it's amazing. And this is relatively new. I bought about 10 of these because they're not going to last, but it's like a real fine brush and then like a steel brush on the end, but you know, careful not to use that on any sensitive areas because it could scratch. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then what I'll do is I'll just get some of these like stubborn like marks off in the keys, like this, and then I'll go over it with some alcohol spray and make it look pretty. And there we have it. I don't charge for like a simple little clean like this. It just makes me feel better. It makes the customer feel better as well. That's how much dirt was on there. You know, not a huge amount, but yeah, looks pretty good. There I am. So, job complete.